Information security professionals should be concerned with laws that protect the privacy of individuals against identity theft and unwanted disclosure of personal information. In the United States, industry-specific laws are designed to address information security issues specific to the nature of the business. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996, HIPAA, is the United States legislation that provides data privacy and security provision for safeguarding medical information. The law has emerged into greater prominence in recent years with the proliferation of health data breaches caused by cyber attacks and ransomware attacks on health insurers and providers. The act was signed into law by President Bill Clinton on August 21st of 96 and contains 5 sections. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1974, FERPA, is a federal law that protects the privacy of students' education records. The law applies to all schools that receive funds under an applicable program of the United States Department of Education. These rights transfer to the student when he or she reaches the age of 18 or attends a school beyond the high school level. FERPA also restricts the manner in which educational institutions utilize and release educational records. The financial services sector is covered by the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act. The GLBA, also known as the Financial Modernization Act of 1999, is a federal law enacted in the United States to control the ways that financial institutions deal with the private information of individuals. The act consists of 3 sections: the Financial Privacy Rule, which regulates the collection and disclosure of private financial information; the Safeguards Rule, which stipulates that financial institutions must implement security programs to protect such information; and the Pretexting Provisions, which prohibits the practice of pretexting. The act also requires financial institutions to give customers a written privacy notice that explains their information sharing practices. The Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA, gives parents control over what information websites can collect from their kids. COPPA also requires that parents give consent for the collection of information from children under the age of 18 before that collection takes place. The Privacy Act of 1974 is the United States federal law which established the Code of Fair Information Practice that governs the collection, maintenance, use, and dissemination of personally identifiable information about individuals that is maintained in systems of records by federal agencies. A system of records is a group of records under the control of an agency from which information is received by the name of the individual or by some identifier assigned to the individual. The Privacy Act requires that agencies give the public notice of their systems of records by publication in the Federal Register. The Privacy Act prohibits the disclosure of information from a system of records absent of the written consent of the subject individual, unless the disclosure is pursuant to one of 12 statutory exceptions. The Act also provides individuals with the means by which to seek access to an amendment of their records, and sets forth various agency record-keeping requirements.